I don't know if they changed things since the last set I read, but if I do recall by the parameters, by the roll, I believe I passed. That's just in case,
Mark, you want to roll and get it over with?
Let's
So
wait
we're
until
all
we get
joining?
that going.
You just have to roll a straight 3d6.
I mean, but we're all joining, I guess. Then.
I don't know. Are you?
Please tell me somebody told him.
I did tell him.
Yeah, but
Okay.
more so, I asked if it was like we'll leave it to next session, or if everyone sort of agreed already.
Well, honestly, given what's been happening with Roden and kind of the rapport he's developed with Whirlin and the scene we had at the end of the last session, I'm like, crap, this is a much more interesting story. So, especially since, well, when it comes to like severing a contract with the Lords of Fortune, it's like, hey, we did good work, thanks for the pay, but I got conscripted into the Grey Wardens, no harm, no foul, bye.
I think we weren't going to keep adventure.
It's up to you, Mark.
Yeah, I don't think joining the Grey Wardens is really in his goals.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. All right, last week I should have done this as like the as you guys mentioned to me, I should have done this as sort of the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But I guess if you want, we can. If you want, spend like a couple of minutes preparing for it and whatnot. Because like what was going to happen is you're going to spend about a month doing training. If you agree to it all. So you meet like some of the other recruits, some of the other candidates. You meet, you're very familiar with Commander Belinda now because she's kind of taking you under your wing for dealing with those cultists. Didn't really find out too much information about the cultists, unfortunately. Oh, by the way, are we rolling?
Yep.
Oh, okay, we are. I completely forgot to ask. So, and in that month, you're not all going in doing the joining at the same time. People go in and out for it. You see some recruits go in and then they disappear. Others come out and they are now supposedly Grey Wardens, as far as you can tell. And eventually, after a month, it is your turn. They bring the two of you specifically in. And they say, "Are you ready for this?"
This is it, Roden.
Here's to the future.
To the future. We're ready.
So I just want Belinda is there as well as one of the other two of the other wardens, and she says, "We only say a couple of words here. Just a quick note: no matter what happens, you cannot leave this room until the joining is complete. There is not really any turning back at this point."
Okay.
Bring it on.
So Belinda starts by saying like almost a poem from memory, and she states, "Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten, and that one day we shall join you." You see Belinda step to a table where you see this large goblet. It looks like it's made out of fine silver. Along the crest of it, you see the griffin symbol, the symbol of the Wardens. Inside the goblet is a red liquid. And she says, "Here within this cup is the power that brings us the Grey Wardens. a small portion of the taint from the darkspawn. I ask now that you drink of it. So step forward. She'll say Whirlin first.
I kind of push him. I kind of generally like.
Yeah, I see like Rodin getting like more and more like concerned, where it's like, well, I trust everyone here.
If he looks back, I'm just.
It's okay. They're still alive, right?
Is that your drinking animation?
I guess it is now. Rodin just like casually pulls it aside, doesn't like look at anything else, just drinks it.
After you drink a little bit of the cup, you hand the cup back. After a few moments, you get into like a coughing fit.
Mhm.
And you feel like the eyes in the back of your head like roll out, but you also feel like you're choking at the same time. And you are struggling to breathe. Eventually, you do collapse onto the ground, like just coughing. It feels like blood's like spurting out of your mouth,
Mhm.
and your neck, and you kind of just lay there, dead. Sorry,
Yeah.
Rodin, you're
What
next.
did he roll? What did he roll?
No, I'm not telling you.
Oh crap!
Oh, I'm not saying.
You ready?
Shit!
think I'm the smart one.
I wrote the letter, and I believe on top of that, I also gave with it an attachment to what's his face, the head of the Lords of Fortune, to do with my
Tobias.
to do with what I earned via the contract. So at least I'll have a nice headstone when this is all over.
Who do you give the letter to?
I believe I had a copy for the wardens, and I made one to be sent to the head of the Lords of Fortune, and with it a missive as to what to do with my earnings.
Okay. So you give the copy, I guess, to Belinda as you take the cup?
Just, I carry a lot with me when it comes to what I was. Come what may, just know that this is what I was. All right?
Belinda nods and says, I understand. We can definitely do something with this. And you take the cup and you drink.
Long live the Dren bloodline.
Ah, we're like fucking play acting. I love it. Unfortunately, you also, after you drink, you hand the cup back, but you feel trembles throughout your skin. Very similar to Rodin, like it just massive coughing fit, and you're struggling to breathe. Your eyes feel like they're bulging out of your sockets, and you start spitting up bile and blood as you collapse onto the ground dead.
Okay, they changed something.
I made it harder because that was an option.
You dick.
Hold on, we're not done.
I rolled the
Hold on. We're not done. Mosca, step forward.
Spirit Grey Warden.
And then they were married. No. Mosca, step forwards. And I assume goes through the same, lets himself be seen and takes a drink. Is that correct?
I think last time he said he was just going to hide, but let's see if that's changed.
Well,
he steals a drink.
All right, roll a stealth roll then, just to steal the drink, please. That's terrible.
Reroll.
Go ahead.
Same number. Same sun points. Wait. Same exact roll. Good job.
You grab the cup out of Belinda's hands as they do a silent prayer to the dead bodies of Warlin and Roden. She's like, "What? Who are you?" As you take the cup and just like guzzle it down in front of them.
Slam it.
You slam it, and you feel like this burning sensation now course through your whole body as this like tainted liquid like goes through where your lips or into your mind. You feel your essence slowly change in this world, going from a spirit, going from the spirit of curiosity and wonder to not caring and apathy and just torpor within yourself. After you step back and you are about to make yourself disappear, but you decide better against it and just make yourself known, removing the mask and showing the sort of pulsating, abominated corpse that you're inhabiting. The wardens shriek in terror and draw their weapons. And then you just laugh and disappear.
I'm pretty sure that means he got retired.
Feels good.
So you got 2 dead people and a demon. Cool.
Yeah, kinda.
I want to ask how you changed this because I feel robbed.
It was the three the normal thing that you were reading and the thing that was the normal rules was if you roll 3 doubles, you die. I changed it to if you get lower than a 12, you die. Which is actually still less than the second variant in the game, which is if you get lower than a 14, you die.
I want to reach through the screen and smack you. I thought I had this in the back.
In my head, here's my thing. I want it to actually be deadly, and every time I've done this, one person at least dies.
When I ran this before, 2 people died during the joining. It was very intense, as written.
Because they rule with the 3 the doubles.
Yeah, if you roll triples, yeah.
Oh, the triples. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's deceptive, but it's more common than you think.
I don't know. I thought it would be better if it was just like, because it's like a 12. I mean, that's like a 50% chance? 45% chance?
It's your game. I'm just playing it.
I'm sorry. I feel bad now because I didn't want to kill all 3 of you.
Dingus! Dingus!
Should I just
Although-
should I just try so we have a whole new party?
I mean, you said no, so I'm... Griffin, are you there, or did Griffin freeze?
With my dying breath, I curse Marius.
Yeah, he froze.
Oh, crap. I know he said he was having some computer issues, so... I mean, if you want to roll and see what happens, go ahead, but you said no already, so you're not taking it.
Yeah, he's not going to do it.
Do you want to roll and see what you would have happened?
Sure. What was
Like
the
a
roll?
what if?
Yeah, what was the roll?
Just a straight 3d6.
Yeah, just roll straight.
No bonuses. Oh, wow. Oh, you would have died too. Anyway. I want to point out all 3 of you got a 7. Except Moscow, who got a 5. Nobody got above 10.
I'm gonna riot.
Tyler, I'm sorry.
I'm just needling you. You're fine. You're fine. I'm a little salty, but you're fine.
If you would like to plan a new character while we wait to introduce you, you may do so.
Huh.
You can have you can bring in Rodin's brother Ninnar.
That kind of defeats the purpose of his backstory.
I'm joking.
I know.
Marius, you stayed in the compound mostly ostensibly as a guest and occasionally like talked with the wardens and traded with them. You're actually the one that mailed out then this dwarf rushes in and drinks. Oh, if Enkus was here, it would have been great. We lost Griffin officially now. Marius, you stay in the compound. You actually took Rodin's letter and did send it out to Tobias. When both Werlin and Rodin don't come back out from the ritual as you know it, because they said they were going in, you assumed the worst at that point. And you don't even have to say anything to the wardens. They are very stone-faced on it, unfortunately. So what do you do?
I sent you a message.
I didn't
That
see
was
the
during
message.
the month that was probably during the month that everyone was training. I didn't roll 20.
Oh, I didn't see that message. Okay. Oh my god, okay. So a night while you're dreaming in the Fade, you see a creature sort of bubbling up from what looks like a pool of lava and water. It itself is made out of fire and brimstone. You notice that it has this ridge of flames across its back. It has no distinguishing features. It is vaguely humanoid in shape. And it says to you, "So, you still wish to kill him?
Well, yes.
Good." And as he says good, you see the ridges of fire on his back just like shoot out higher and hotter than they are. Do you know where he is?
Tavinta.
Then that is where you need to go.
I'm aware.
So go. What are you waiting for?
There's a lot of people there that I would have to kill, so I'd like some power. Or at least
As
to be
it
on
left,
or at least to be on
as it
equal playing fields with, blood mages.
as it laughs, you notice like gouts of flame just shooting up from its back, and he says, "Power, power, power. It's always with power. Good, I could give you power. What kind of power are you looking for?"
Well, to be able to handle blood magic for a start, and then we'll go from there.
I can't help you with that, but I can tell you who to talk to.
Where do I go?
Is that what you truly desire?
For now.
He shouts good again, and you see the gouts of flame shooting up from his back. And you know a second demon appears. This one is it's a younger woman looking, but she has curled horns like a ram across her head and dark beady eyes. She's dressed in what you would call clothing, but it looks like it's barely there.
Hello. Are you the help?
Hello, dear. I am. I must confess, I did not expect little Argos here to summon someone so easily. You must be truly desperate or truly foolish. Maybe both.
My traveling companions have decided to join the Wardens, so I'm left without company, so I need power enough to do this solo.
What kind of power do you require, dear? As she says this, she starts like caressing your arm and shit like that. Can you roll a willpower self-discipline, please? We're just gonna fuck with everybody today, apparently.
Did you wake up this morning and choose violence, Rob? I'm just asking.
This is all predicated on the choices of the players. I have no control over it.
I'm just trying to assuage my choice.
Oh my god. You know, as she touches you, you're like, man, she looks good. You almost feel like you feel compelled to do anything she wants.
Yeah, I just want to deal with some blood mages, a lot of them, so, you know, the power to do that.
Oh, you want blood magic, dear? I mean, that's easy. All you need to do is prick your fingers.
There's a little more to that. I've probably tried it once or twice, but yes.
But you didn't do it when I help you.
You gonna help me?
Give me your hand, dear.
Sure.
She takes your hand and with her like clawed fingers, she kind of just like cuts your wrist. Well, not your wrist. Like she cuts like the inside of your hand, not your wrist. That sounds even horrible. And you just see blood starting to trickle out, but it feels like your blood is. It's very painful, like as if you've been serrated by flaming needles. And she takes the blood from her that she did on her fingers, takes up a bit of it, and puts it to your mouth.
Do I lick it? Do I?
You start licking your fingers, kind of sexually too, and
No horny.
you roll like a 7 or an 8 on that.
Hey,
What do you expect?
yeah.
And you you feel like this swell of energy, coursing through your body. She says, "I think that'll do it for now. Of course, when you finish your quest, you should definitely come visit us again."
Of course. Can I deal with you instead of Argus? He's angry.
You'd be surprised how much that rage really is part of you. You have to deal with us both, dear. I'm sorry to say, that's the price you pay.
Yeah, fine. Only if I get to talk to you.
I'll hopefully see you soon. As she gives you a quick peck on the cheek.
I knew there was a reason why Roden didn't trust Marius.
He's been doing this secretly for weeks now, to be fair. So, but you're all dead now, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
I could try and specialize in necromancy as well to bring him back.
Dude, if I actually passed the joining, I would have had a master level talent in entropy. I would have been more than qualified for the necromancer specialization. I could have said screw you to dying.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the great irony of the whole thing. I was mastering how to figure out how to get around death, and I die in the joining.
Sorry.
But hey, Rob, you can work with that. Something in the fate, maybe.
I was thinking about that, actually, but I don't know how yet, because no one's really going in except him, and he's going in just to fuck with the demons. By the way, what is I guess like what's left of Mosca. Is he doing anything? Or is it Acadia now? Akita? Am I saying that right? Asita, Akita? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Stealing from all the bodies. All right, some things never change, I guess. You steal from.
I had nothing on my person. I literally gave everything in that missive. It was all meant to be shipped away. I know, Mosca.
Yeah, so you can take all the whirling shit though if you want.
So what was actually sent in the missive? Or was it all the items that we requested to give back?
The items were requested to give back, and basically saying if I don't make the joining, give my proceeds to these organizations so they may help, and for a memorial in the Banorn to the Dren name with my name on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So there should be hopefully a proper memorial of Robert's legacy after what has happened.
Did you get the War Mage off of Marius to send back? Oh, the amulet.
Well, if I got tasked with giving the missive, or sending the missive, I would have got it back anyway. So
you kept the amulet then, and send the
I would have taken it. Yeah, if they took it to. Yeah, so
I wasn't able to get it off him. I would say so. I would say Marius would still have the amulet.
Even if they got it off me, I would have taken it before I sent the missive.
Okay. So you sent Anvil Breaker and the memory shard, but you have the amulet still.
It was and it was an incomplete memory shard, wasn't it?
And alongside that, basically all of Robert's material wealth. Like he actually was willing to start from scratch again if he came back as a Grey Warden. So yeah, all of his weapons, all of his stuff, his entire inventory, all of his gold, all of his everything.
Okay.
I'll also add
including the Lyrium diamond air quotes that we found in the deep roads.
Yes.
I'll also add in the missive the location of the boots, if that wasn't added.
The location of the boots you do know is in the possession of somebody in Orlais. You send that out too?
Yeah, I add that to the missive.
All right, so you're sending that all out to Tobias, so at least you got some information there. What about you, Marius? Where are you going now?
Well, I guess I would wait there till they tell me that they're actually dead.
Well, they tell you, my apologies, your friends are no longer here. They've made the sacrifice for the Wardens.
Cool.
Wow. Cool.
Well, they were fun to be around, but yeah. Do you have any parties that are heading towards Orlais or the Free Marches that I could tag along in?
No, we don't. Most of our work is here within Ferelden at the moment. I mean, if you wish to take passage to Orlais, I would suggest maybe going to the city of Amaranthine. Orlais or Three Marches.
Yeah. I'll book passage in Amaranthine for a boat, but I'll stay in the keep as guest till that passage is.
They will allow that for now, mostly because of the work you've done to help them. And, of course, they are attempting to recruit you still. But you kind of no, I'm good, thank you. They're not going to invoke conscription. I wish they could.
I'll accept once I'm hunted by every country in Thedas.
No, you're working on that. You already got 3 on you.
Yep.
You book passage into the keep. Excuse me. You go to Amaranthine and you do a perception roll. See if you can find somebody good. Okay. I mean, you can't really find like a super high class ship like you want, but there's a couple of like smaller like trading vessels and things like that say, "Hey, we're going to be heading to Ostwick first, and then we're gonna, go along the coastline of the Waking Sea. If you really want to book passage, they're asking for at least 50 sovereigns."
50.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. I mean,
50 sovereigns.
it's a lot of money to go traveling nowadays.
How much would it cost if I help out on the ship?
Oh, you know how to do ship work?
Yep.
Roll,
Yep.
roll bluff.
We'll add 2 to that for deception.
He says, you say, yep. He says, all right, well, how about 25 sovereigns? I mean, what kind of ship work do you do? Say that can knock out the price a little bit as well.
Yeah. I don't have 25, so I'm going to have to say no.
Oh, if you change your mind, I'm here for another few days.
I'll ask around a bit more, but is that going to be the cheapest price I'm going to find?
That's gonna do a communication on that one. You can ask around. Keep communication bargaining if you have it. Yeah, there you go. That is not the cheapest price you find. You do find cheaper, but they're from like smaller, like shadier ships. Like maybe not the most ships on the up and up.
I'm currently looking for something that's 7 sovereigns or under.
I mean, the cheapest one you find is like 10. You can negotiate.
How much silver is in a gold? Is it 1? That's 100.
10.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him 10 gold.
He says, "Oh well." The captain, who's like this balding dwarf with like a long scraggly beard, and you notice he has like scars all across like the head of like his brow and head like that. He says, "Ooh, you must be really desperate if you really want to travel with us. You got to
Or I
work
just
on
don't, or I
what's
just don't
that?
care who I travel with because I don't need to worry about that stuff.
Whatever. I'm just telling you right now, we are our cargo is precious. You understand?"
Yep, and I don't care what your cargo is, so long as you can take me where I need to go.
All right, don't go into the lower decks then. Too far low, I should say. That's where the cargo is.
Mm-hmm.
So where you heading? Ostwick?
Whatever city you're going to.
Well, that's the first stop, mostly for supplies. Then we're heading up north into Navarra. Then we're going to Devinta.
Yeah, I'll go to Ostwick first. I'll go to Ostwick.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Hey, do you have any special skills, by the way?
Yep.
Like what?
Special skills.
Can you cook? Can you clean? Are you a carpenter? A blacksmith?
I'm a good lookout.
You're a good lookout, huh? You want? Okay, okay. Roll a bluff check. I don't know if that's a lie or not, but
It
like I
is.
feel like it is.
I fail. completely.
Oh my god. He says, "Look out, huh? Yeah. Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah,
Look out for this," and he punches you in the face.
I dodge but fail.
Yeah, you do. You roll what D3?
D3 did so.
No, just a D3. But you take 2 points of damage. Level 6. Because level 7 is when you get specialization. You guys were close to that, so.
No, 6 specialization.
Then level 5, excuse me.
There you go.
I thought it was 7 and 14 for specializations. He laughs and he says, "You know, kid, you should never lie to an old dwarf."
I can cook. I'll cook. I need to cook.
Are you lying again?
I mean, everyone could cook. How good a cook do you need?
I don't know. Depends. How good are you?
I'm not going to kill you, if that's what you're asking.
Hey, you wouldn't even be able to, you milk drinker. Get in that kitchen. Let's see what you can cook up. If it's good, well, maybe we'll use you for a little bit. And
Sure.
he kind of just fucks off. You notice most of the crew looks like they're very like rough and tumble, shady people. Very few women, mostly men, and whatever they're carrying down below, they are keeping it under wraps for sure. Roll perception if you want on the ships there. Oh yeah, like you notice, like a lot of the crew members, what they have are whips, and whips, bags, and contents. You suspect it might be flasks of whiskey. You don't know for sure, and things like that. But that strikes you as unusual because there's no need to actually carry whips. I mean, they obviously have like short swords and daggers too, but everybody's armed and everybody looks like they're ready for a fight if it happens.
How big of a ship, or how much crew do I think is needed for a ship of the size that I'm on?
Based off of your experience with ships and whatnot, you suspect the size of this ship, maybe like 20 people would be good.
Yeah.
And you see about 30 on the crew.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It definitely is a little bit over capacity, maybe, for what it could use.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start being in the kitchen.
The kitchen is a mess. What do you try and cook?
Whatever I think I can with what they got.
Roll. That's a good question. Okay. What the fuck would be cooking in this?
If I had to assume based on just how kind of minimal it is, it probably mostly be cabbage water with maybe a bit of squirrel or something.
No, I mean, like, what kind of roll would it be? Would it,
Probably cunning.
Yeah, let's go cunning. Yeah, let's see what you can do.
Cunning, cultural lore, cooking is a form of culture, form of...
You are able to whip up something with, like, the scraps of food they have They have here a lot of like dried meat and fruit, hardtack. You see some. It looks like roadkill, but it's like just like jerkied meat that you like crumble into pieces as like a seasoning on what looks like a stew or porridge you're creating. And there's a couple of vegetables. They're like old and browning, but fuck it, throw it in.
How long do I think this journey's gonna take?
About from Amaranthium to Ostwake is about a month, 3 weeks to a month.
And am I the only one in the kitchen that's cooking, or is there someone else?
No, that you said you could do it, so they put you in there.
About. See, I have an idea of what the cargo may be, but I don't want to try and check in case I get caught.
Yeah.
About a week or two into the trip, I'm going to dice up the tainted mushrooms and put them into the food.
Oh, fuck. Okay, go ahead and roll a cunning on that. I forgot you had those.
What was it, like 3 sessions ago?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Oh, fuck. You take all the mushrooms that you do have, you just dice them up. You're as careful as you can to make sure like none of like the purplish like haze on it gets into your skin. And you throw them into the pot. The stew actually becomes like a darker, like reddish color, like a reddish brown. And along with like the other vegetables you normally put in there and a little bit of seasoning, yeah, you create a tainted stew.
So I hope that I hope that I don't get stranded at sea on a ship with 30 ghouls, but
Oh dear. You might have just screwed yourself, dude.
I'm taking a chance of being the good guy.
This is some way of doing it. Can you give me like 2 minutes to think about how this is going to play out?
Yeah.
Because I got to think for a second.
I'm giving people a chance to create characters, so.
All right, well, I got to be...
You may need to make one yourself at this rate.
Well, okay, Griffin actually made one ahead of time.
I was sitting on
he's also not here.
So it's just a matter of getting the stats down. That's what I've been doing in the background.
Yeah, so he's not here, unfortunately, so because of what's happening. And technically, Mosca is just a new character now, but Acedia, I think I'm saying that right, is around somewhere.
That I kill.
So at the very least, there's 2 of you on the ship, I'm assuming, if Acedia is there. To answer the question that you're asking there, though, Theta, I actually... I'll give it to you. I will give you that advancement. But you're going to have to be careful with it, okay? Because we're in uncharted territory with this now.
We are thoroughly off the rails.
We've been off the... To be fair, we've been off the rails for like 2 weeks.
This is what happens when the party dies. You get one person left, and they just...
It was in character!
I also got to point out, this is not my first total party wipe. I have a story about that one. I have a story about mine. The party, this was a Pathfinder game, they stupidly decided to attack a frost worm. And if you don't know what frostworms do, they do a lot of damage. They're massive, and when they die, they explode. Guess how the party died? Yeah, the frostworm killed one member, but then it exploded and killed the rest, who were at less than 10 hit points. So yeah. But they chose to fight the damn thing. It was just a creature in the background that was patrolling an area that they didn't have to go into. It's like, oh, we can kill it. We killed everything else.
This is what happens when you deal with murder hobos.
They chose it. Speaking of murdering hobos, Marius, you you feed the stew to the captain. He says, "Hey, this one tastes pretty spicy. What'd you put in it?"
Found some spices somewhere.
I didn't even know we didn't even have that. All right.
It might have just been mouse droppings. I'm not sure.
You know, I gotta be honest. You're not a bad cook. If you'd like, we can hire you on full time.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. He burps and he's like, "Ooh, this is actually repeating on my stomach a little bit. Maybe too much spice. Watch the spice, just in case. You know, some of the. I mean, I don't know how you fancy types. You know how you deal with all this stuff. You know, a fucking stiff breeze looks like it can knock you over, kid."
Oh no!
Can you do me a favor? Can you roll a perception? No, you don't see anything.
Yep.
Where do you go?
From now on, I'm going to keep an eye out for the crew to start acting a little bit weird. And then once I notice anyone, I'm just going to find an area and lock myself in until everything goes quiet.
You lock. This is gonna turn into like fucking 28 days later in a second. Hello?
Yeah.
That's one.
Back.
It's gonna happen now. Anyway, I died out there for a second. All right, you lock yourself in. Eventually you hear banging and shouting and craziness. You don't know what's going on. You hear someone pounding on the door. He says, "Let me in! Let me in! You there? Hello! Help anybody!"
I don't answer.
You don't answer. He says, "Come on!" And he trying to kick down the door. Let's see if he does. Hold on. If he does, it'll be funny. We're gonna. Let's see. Oh, he actually almost knocks the door off its hinges. You see the hinges of the door, because they're like old and like rusted off. They're slowly breaking apart. But then he stops after a moment and says, like, "No, get off me!" And he like you hear like tussling right outside your door, and you hear something growling and like gnashing teeth.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll wait for a little bit for things to quiet down.
Eventually, the gnashing of teeth and tussling and whatnot stops.
I'm gonna open the door slightly and look outside.
Perception. It's a little dark right now. Ah. Okay. You see what looks like the silhouette of a figure in the darkness, like hunched over. He's like growling. Roll Tyler, roll 3d6, add 15.
You got it. Okay. Are those my starting sovereigns?
Yes, we'll say that is your starting sovereigns. You can use that also to purchase equipment.
I'm gonna shoot a arcane lance at the thing.
I need you to roll initiative. I figure out. I don't have a map prepared for this, so give me a moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll be right back as well. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for like a ship map right now. Well, this'll do. Tyler, are you almost set?
Yep.
So, can I make an executive decision for your character?
You may.
Just give me 1 second. I'm literally trying like to quickly get a map up right now. Because I can work with this. We were doing like fucking horror on the Boat Express here.
You're not wrong. You're really not wrong.
Okay, this will have to do. It's not like super fancy. You should see that ship there.
Yep.
Yep.
I didn't have a chance to put it into hexes yet, but I think we can live.
Off the rails. Genuinely off the rails.
Marius, can you please put your token, let's say, in room 7? Do you have a token, Roden? Or Tyler?
I don't have a portrait yet for the new character, so we're gonna have to use Roden's corpse. I mean,
That's fine.
Yeah.
So this actually might work out a little better than I thought. So I'm going to get into what you're going to do in a second, and then we'll jump back to Marius. But if you can please roll initiative. If you could please roll initiative, Marius. So we'll just do you first on that.
Yeah, I got 9. I'll roll it again.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, just take the 11. I don't care.
All right.
Don't mind
the roll.
Don't mind the fact that there's all these like guys out right now. I'm just getting them on the map, but you kind of know what's happening here.
I have the basics of my equipment, but the rest I can fill in later. We're kind of in a set piece.
That's all right. Marius, we'll do the set piece with you first, real quick. Attack. Go ahead and attack. You see, like what looks like one of the former members of the crew right outside. That is a hit. That is damage. The crew member like growls and snarls at you. You see his skin is all like mottled and looks like he's like incredibly sick and pale. He says no, and he just like tries to pounce on you and starts like clawing at your face. 15, I believe that's a hit.
Yeah.
You take 5. Your turn. Go ahead.
Okay, we got ourselves a name.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll just do Arcane Lance again.
Go for it. That's a hit. Your second shot just like blows him away. You see nothing but like a giant hole now where his stomach would be, and he collapses, basically dead, almost on top of you. It seems the mushrooms you used have done their job.
Yes. I'm gonna start making my way carefully to the lower hold, where I was told not to go.
Roll a stealth for me. We'll get back to you on that. Meanwhile, in the lower holds, would be like over here, like 9, 18, places like that on the map here. Is this? Oh, fuck, it's not a map background. Now it is. There we go. See, this is what happens when it's all impromptu. You just have to literally make stuff up as we go. In the lower holds, Tyler, what's your character's name?
Lucius Teros.
That is very Orlesian to Vinter. I can't tell.
It's Orlesian.
Okay. It could go either way, honestly. Anyway, you have you as Lucius. You unfortunately were, I believe, you're playing Exile. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You were caught up in the borders of Orlais and Ferelden after you were effectively kicked out of your home, I'm assuming. And I'm sure you can like regale us the backstory on that a little later.
Of course.
But you've spent some time. I'm gonna say you spent some time doing a little bit of wet work, if you will, like trying to put your services to the test. Yeah, maybe make some money to go back home. Unfortunately, you went down into a bad crowd, got captured, got drunk, destitute, robbed, whatever it was. You got hoodwinked and were basically sold.
I was caught seducing the partner of one of the crewmates and got the shit to beat out of me. Let's go with that.
Oh, that's even better. You were trying to have sex and it failed. And you were basically thrown into the bottom area where the crewmates are trying to sell you into slavery.
So much for this being a great story out of the Penny Dreadfuls, I guess.
Most of your equipment has been stripped. You're actually right now wearing nothing but tattered rags and things like that because they're not stupid. They know you have skills with your weapons. And in fact, they locked your weapons away in a chest somewhere on the ship.
Well, then.
But you also hear commotion. Whatever's going on up top, you just hear people shouting, screaming, yelling. You and there's another 2 dozen slaves, mostly elves, a few humans though.